Hey, Overcomers, I am Dora Marie. I'm your favorite mindset teacher, and this is Be an Overcomer, where you are inspired and empowered to walk by faith and use the gift of imagination to create the life you desire. So, today I want to talk to you about your inner world and basically how your inner world affects your outer world. The conversations that you have with yourself. Really, it's your thoughts, okay? Because most of us you're not having a conversation with yourself. It is your inner thoughts. It's the things that you are thinking about all day long. It's the things that you are focusing on throughout the day. That is creating your reality. And really, it is your dominant thoughts, not your thoughts that are just passing thoughts that you may think about it like once or twice and it just goes away. But it's the things that you are heavily focused on that is creating your reality. Your outside world is really a mirror to what is happening internally. So, this is why it is so important to have your thoughts aligned with the things that you truly desire in life. This is why I often tell you to journal, to script it out, to, of course, pray. Sometimes you may need to take 10 minutes and sit quietly, like in a meditative state, and just think about your affirmations. Think about the vision that you have for your life. Think about the goals. Think about the dream, that desire that you know the Lord has put on your heart. That is what you should be focusing on. Okay? Because I'm telling you, if you don't get on top of your thoughts and you don't really learn the discipline, I want to say at first, it is a discipline. When you are shifting your state and shifting your thoughts and trying to shift your outside world and manifest something different, it takes discipline. It takes discipline to think a new thought. It takes discipline to think something other than what you've been thinking. Because if you keep thinking the same way, and especially if it is negative and it's not serving you, you're going to keep getting a negative result in your outside world. Okay? So today I want to read to you from my book, Faith and Imagination. And as I shared, this message is about your inner world. And it's based off of Neville Goddard's work and how he basically says assumptions harden into facts. Although a thing may be false, if persisted in, it will harden into fact. So how do we change our outside world? We change what is happening internally. We change our thoughts. You change your speech. So you start to speak and think in alignment with your desired state. Basically, the thing that you want to manifest, the thing that you want to create in your life. You focus on it as if it is here now. You focus on it as if that dream has been realized. And in a way that you don't know how, because I believe that is the Lord's job. Our job is to just walk by faith and not by sight. Our job is to just believe. And then in a way that we don't know how, eventually it will manifest. Eventually it will be externalized. Okay? So like I said, I want to go to my book, Faith and Imagination, Keys to Effortless Living. This book, it's available on Amazon as well as my website. And I talk about here your inner world, okay? Your inner world affects your outer world. It has always been that way. From the beginning, when God created the world, he thought and spoke it into existence. We make our world and what we experience in life through our thoughts, inner conversations. Begin to have conversations in your mind about things that are of your highest good. Think about things that you are believing him for. If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer, and that is Matthew 21 and 22. Your inner speech is what manifests. Everything starts from within. Whatever we dwell on is what creates. Dwell on things as if they are already confirmed, and then they will show up in your reality. Your inner conversations are those thoughts that are looping through your mind. These are the thoughts that persist in your mind all day long. We must learn how to create a new story, Persist with that story in our minds, and eventually it will show up. I'm going to read that last part again. Persist with that story in our minds, and eventually it will show up. Okay? Because it is your inner conversations that's creating your reality. Now, have you ever known someone that they're always talking about their woes and their complaints and how bad their life is and all the negative things that they are experiencing? And if you really truly reflect and listen to their conversation, and especially if you've spoken to them pretty often, you would realize that their thoughts tend to be negative. And if your thoughts, I'm telling you, if your thoughts tend to be negative, you're going to have negative outcomes. You're going to experience negative things. Like if you wake up in the morning and your go-to is to constantly focus on the latest headlines, what's trending, especially if it's negative, if you're focusing on the news, if you're focusing on what's happening in the outside world and what your neighbor said or what a family member said or a friend said, and if it's heavily negative, that is going to create your day. That is going to manifest in some way, some shape or form. So in order to change our reality, you must change your inner conversations. That's what Neville Goddard is speaking about when he says inner conversations. And he also said, like I started at the beginning of this message, although a thing may be false, if persisted in, it will harden into fact. Meaning, in order to change your reality, you must change the story that you are telling yourself up here. Stop prophesying your sickness. Stop talking. There's some people like all day long, they talk about their problems, their woes, their sickness, how bad it is, what's going wrong, what doesn't work in their life, this, that, everything is negative. And then they wonder why that is what they are experiencing. Your words literally create. Your mind is like a garden. Make sure you are planting in your mind the things that you want to see manifest and the things that you want to create in your outside world. Understand this. In John 10:10, Jesus said, "The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I have come that you might live life more abundantly." The Amplified Version says, "to the full till it overflows." That means overflowing abundance and great things in all areas of your life. Okay? So I pray this blessed you. I want to jump on really quickly to give you this message. Inner conversations is what's creating your reality. Your inner world affects your outer world. So today, I want you to focus on, at best, speaking things and thinking things that are in alignment with what you want to create for your life. Because your words have creative power, and the Bible says you will have what you say. So I pray this blessed you. I pray it encouraged you. If you are new here, I am Dara Marie, your favorite mindset teacher and coach. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing to this channel. There's a channel membership. All 3 of my books are in the description box. And also there's coaching. You can message me about that as well. I pray you have an awesome and blessed day. Always be an overcomer.